Welcome to Voices in Mystery. I'm your host, Nancy Carlson. This is our 13th season. We're excited to be back, and we have a visitor with us today, DC Broad, Deb, I'm going to call her. She publishes as DC Broad, and she's been on the show before, so welcome back.
Thank you for having me.
You have a new book, Getting Sassy.
I do. It's
so
the first in a series.
Who's sassy?
Sassy as a goat.
Deb writes humor in her books. I need to tell our audience that. She's a goat.
Yeah, sassy as a goat. Actually, sassy is a he. It's short for sassafras.
Sassafras.
Yeah. And it's the heroine in the book, Robin Guthrie, kidnaps a goat and holds it for ransom in order to get money to keep her mother in assisted living so she doesn't have to move in with her.
She doesn't have that good a relationship with her mother?
Well, they had tried it before, and you know, actually, it is a humorous book, but part of it is somewhat serious in that the mother has some dementia, and they've never really liked each other a lot. They love each other, but it's always been kind of a difficult relationship in ways, and they'd actually tried. You know, her mom had been with her for a while, and Robin realized that she could not live with her mother without giving up herself. So, and her mom was okay with the assisted living, but that's very expensive. And when they find they're running out of money, she's running out of money, she has to make some decisions on what's going to happen.
What does Robin do for a living?
She's a freelance writer.
So she's not loaded in money.
She's not loaded. She makes a comfortable living at what she does. She's good at what she does, but she is not, and she has used a lot of her money to keep her mother there, but is running out of her own funds. So it's come down to, you know, do I move her someplace where Medicaid will cover it, which is not as nice, and she's sort of thriving in the place where she is now, and so she needs to make some difficult decisions.
And the goat, is the goat a wealthy goat?
Actually, the goat is the companion animal of a racehorse named Bull's Blood, and this is like 2 days before this big race, and Blood's owner ripped her mother off in an investment deal, along with a lot of other people.
Oh.
You know, Robin's mother had been making some investments Robin didn't know about, and when she found out about this, that's when she realized she needed to take control of her mother's life to a degree. But she lost a lot of money from this guy, and so when she just gets the idea, well, if I steal this goat 2 days before the race, the horse cannot race without this goat. A lot of thoroughbreds are very high-strung. And so with the help of Robin's accountant, who is also an ex-jockey and financial advisor, she concocts this idea, and he encourages her. And so together they try to pull off this caper, so to speak.
Now, will this continue in the next book, or did you sum it all up?
Well, this is summed up. This is a, you know, there's a conclusion,
yes.
and all this. But her name is Robin, and she is sort of a Robin Hood kind of character. In each book, she's going to be literally breaking the law, but to the greater good. Because I think nowadays, I mean, it's very difficult to get justice sometimes, and I don't really make judgments on Robin, you know, throughout the book. I'll let the reader do that, because what she does is illegal. And by the way, that is where the expression "get your goat" came from. They were, you know, way back when they had horse races, and, you know, very, very casual horse races.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Because, like I say, racehorses are very high-strung, and often they need a little goat or a cat or a dog or a pony or something. Anyway, yeah, in the subsequent books, the next book is called Getting Lucky, and they're trying to help some homeowners get their money back from a bad situation. So she is sort of a Robin Hood kind of character.
Now, where does Robin live?
She lives outside of Chicago,
okay,
in a mythical place called Fowler, Illinois.
Okay, and you live outside of Chicago, but in a not mythical place.
In a real place, yeah.
You participate in Chicago. You have friends who are in Chicago writers groups,
oh, yes,
or such.
Yeah.
Does that help you write?
Absolutely. I've always, you know, since I've been writing, I've always been involved in a writers group one way or another. It helps, you know, bounce ideas off and get feedback on what you're doing. And
what happened to Quint McCauley? Is she resting?
He? Yeah, he's on hiatus.
Mm-hmm. How many books were in that series?
Well, there were 5. Quint, there would have to be 5 at least. But no, he there just wasn't much demand for another one. And although I do want to bring him back in some short stories because he's a good short story character.
So
And
is it the publisher that wags the dog? I mean, is the publisher saying there's not enough call for a Quint number 6?
Well,
and you said, well, then I'll do something else? Or
basically, yeah. And after, after I finished the Quint series, I wrote a standalone thriller called Heartstone. And then I published a short story in Chicago Blues that the editor, or not the editor, Libby Hellman was the editor, but the publisher of that book really liked the story, and he said, if you ever have anything, longer, let me know. So when
so it's a new publisher then?
Yeah, Tyrus Books. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, good. And now what are you
I'm working on the
'cause
sequel for
on
this.
the
sequel is called Getting Lucky, and then I have a third one.
That's the one I want to hear about, or is it not?
The third one is called Getting Back, which I haven't even started writing yet because I'm still finishing up Getting Lucky. And then I also have a sequel I'm in the back burner for Heartstone. So
Well, tell the viewers what Heartstone's about, because it was a standalone.
Yeah, it was a contemporary Arthurian thriller. It involved sort of Arthurian archetypes, shall we say, in modern day, and the stone that came from the hilt of Excalibur that was passed down from generation to generation and winds up in the hands of a young woman who is the protagonist. And she has to figure out what to do with this stone because her father gave it to her, and her father goes away quite unexpectedly in the beginning, and she has to figure out what her fate is, basically, on her own.
Are you an Arthurian scholar? What's in your background that makes you interested?
Scholar. I'm fascinated with Arthurian. I'm fascinated with mythology, especially British. I love the British Isles, and my cats are named Skye and Jura. They're named after islands in the Hebrides, which is my favorite part of the world. So I definitely want to set a book there someday, but I haven't done that yet.
That sounds very exciting. Yeah. So, well, it's been great talking to you.
Thank you.
And we've enjoyed your visit on Voices in Mystery, and we hope that you'll come back again. I want to remind the reader who I'm talking to, Deb Broad, but actually D.C. Broad on the bookshelves. Look for D.C. Broad in bookstores where you are, and maybe on Kindle and such. Are any of your books
yes, they will be, yeah.
available on e-books as well? So thanks to D.C. Broad for being on Voices in Mystery.
Thank you. Thanks for